We have this neat, cinematic idea of how scientific discoveries happen. An apple falls on Isaac Newton's head, or a light bulb flickers on in a solitary mind, and everything suddenly makes sense. Walk into an actual laboratory, however, and you won't find many clean moments of sudden inspiration. You will find spilled coffee, broken equipment, and researchers staring blankly at spreadsheets that refuse to add up. Treating science as a highlight reel of magical strokes of genius obscures reality. It hides the actual, repeatable mechanics of how humans learn new things. The biggest leaps forward rarely start with a triumphant shout. They usually begin with someone squinting at a confusing result and muttering, "Well, that's funny." Knowing that discovery kicks off with deep confusion changes how we look at failure. It stops being a roadblock and becomes the necessary trailhead. Take Alexander Fleming. In 1928, he did not experience a pristine moment of genius.
He was a tired scientist returning to a hopelessly cluttered workbench. One left-out petri dish turned out like this, a contaminated experiment with a massive clump of mold. But look closely at the space immediately surrounding the mold. There's a clear ring where bacteria died off, a tiny anomaly that led to the discovery of penicillin. This dynamic applies far beyond biology. In the 1960s, we see the exact same pattern at the massive Holmdel horn antenna in New Jersey. Two astronomers using this giant instrument kept picking up a persistent, annoying static. They checked the wiring, blamed nearby city interference, and even climbed inside to clean out pigeon droppings, but the noise remained. That frustrating hum turned out to be the cosmic microwave background radiation, the literal afterglow of the Big Bang, still echoing through the universe. In both cases, the researchers achieved a breakthrough because they refused to look away from a result that broke their existing rules. Once you find an anomaly, the real, unglamorous work starts. You enter an iterative testing loop. The scientific method acts as a mechanism specifically designed to aggressively stress test and destroy assumptions. When an experiment shatters a hypothesis, you pick up the pieces, build a slightly better assumption, and throw it right back into the gauntlet. A breakthrough is rarely a flash of brilliance. It is the final, exhausted state of an idea that simply refuses to die, no matter how hard you try to break it. Scientific truth, then, isn't an absolute certainty. It is the most resilient survivor of a brutal, unforgiving filter. So what happens after you finally survive that process and make a proven discovery? It's tempting to think that you've closed a chapter, packing a neat new fact onto a shelf and finishing that part of the puzzle. But knowledge works differently. Look at this illuminated circle representing what we currently know, surrounded by the dark unknown. Every time we prove something new, we expand the perimeter. As our understanding grows, the circumference, where knowledge touches the unknown, increases. Science functions as an engine designed to generate increasingly better questions. For the rest of us, this means that feeling confused is not a sign of failure. It is the mandatory first step of learning anything real. True discovery requires the resilience to let go of the comfortable myths we started with, and the courage to relentlessly chase down those pieces of the puzzle that just do not